How's it going? Getting ready to add another hour to 2020. Like someone said, getting another hour for 2020 is like getting a bonus track on a Yoko Ono record. Here we go. But I'm doing this video to explain. I've been putting up a lot of rehearsal footage, and that's exactly what it is. This is rehearsal footage. This is like, it's not the very first time we've played the songs, but in some cases, a few of these videos are literally the second and third time we ever attempted to play the song. And sometimes the best time to roll the camera is on the first few attempts, because sometimes you just get lucky, and if you just get through it, you kind of get the arrangement right, you get your part right, and you play it right. And a lot of times that can happen in the first or second attempt of playing a song as a band together, okay? When you decide, and here's how it works, basically. 90% of the time, I will come up with a song that I want to do, that I either have played in the past or that I found while listening to music on YouTube. I like to watch a lot of old stuff. I've even got an Elvis song in mind, the devil in her heart, walk like an angel, walk like that song. And that's not a song I've ever played before, but it's something I just came across and went, man, that would be really cool for a rock band to do, to redo this in some type of way. Walk Away, I've always been able to play it, and I've known the words since I was like 13. Yeah. And I got the words wrong in the video because, you're under a little bit of pressure and you're thinking about other things. But I've never played that song in a band. So that was new for us. But what will happen is I'll come up with a song. I'll give it to Linda, and she'll work on it. And then me and her will take it to Fred, who usually very, very, very rarely Fred has to say, well, I got to hear it. He had to hear Sawed-Off Shotgun because he had never heard that song before when I brought it to him. So we listened to it a couple times sitting there, and he goes, okay, tell me how you want to go into it and do it. Then we got it, and we did it. Walk Away, That Smell, Linda and I used to do when we had other people in the band. And these songs of just me and Fred and Linda, it's just because us three are getting together and trying to come up with stuff that the three of us can do. So sometimes things work and sometimes they don't. And if we try to record something and we plan on recording it, the harder you try, the worse it gets. And it goes downhill really fast trying to record live like that. So like I said, usually the best take is one in the first few takes, the first 1, 2, maybe 3 takes. If you don't have it after that, move on. Come back another day. Now these Guess Who songs, No Sugar Tonight and Laughing, these songs need a lot of work. They need a lot of work, but we're going to keep them and we're going to keep doing them because they'll get better. And when I put the finished product, the finished video out of us doing these songs, it will be performed live on stage somewhere to an audience. If there's an audience there. But it'll be on stage, it'll be a gig, not you know, a studio cut. These studio cuts are for me to make content, put content out for you guys to listen to, but also as reference for me and Linda to go back and listen to. It's a great tool to listen and go, I can do that better, or I need to do this, or I need to do this, or we need to do this and go in this direction. You know, we didn't have this capability 20 years ago, really. To video and be able to watch video back 20 years ago was a really sophisticated thing to do. And it, you know, guys like me and my buddies and stuff, we didn't have that equipment. And not until computers came around that you could download stuff off of a digital camera, video camera, and watch it back. And so I'm going to post this video, next video. Literally, we went through it once. We went through it the second time. I turned the camera on. I'm reading the words. I've got a drum stool, one of Fred's drum thrones in front of me with the words taped to the back of it. You can see the top of the drum throne in the foreground of the shot. And I'm reading the words because the words in this song, you'll see when you listen to the video, the words in this song are the worst kind of words for me to memorize because they're kind of gibberish. You know, there are a lot of whoa-ohs and yeah-yeahs, and those are the hardest types of lyrics to memorize. And then there's another Guess Who song that we did. Literally, we ran through the song one time. After I gave it to Linda, she worked on it herself for one day, for one night. We went in, we ran through it one time. I turned the camera on, and on the second take, we got it. I said, that's it. So, you know, that's how the video came about. Now, I'm working on editing some video right now for Patreon that are more lengthy versions of this, of what's going on at practice. So you can see, like, really how we approach it from going into starting the song. And usually if there's a mistake where you start and stop, it'll be in the first 10 or 15 seconds of the song. It's usually an intro where I'll go, hold it, or somebody will go, whoa, hold it, I missed it, I wasn't ready. You know, or I thought I was ready and I wasn't, or you play the wrong thing. But once you usually get through 10 or 15 seconds of a song, or the first measure, the first verse of the first chorus, you've settled in and you can get through it. So, I really, really love to have some of you guys, see you folks come over to Patreon. You know, you can do it month by month or whatever. You can watch what's on there for $1. And, you know, if I got one more Patreon on my Patreon page, I would start posting more stuff. And I apologize to the ones that I do have for not putting enough on there. But I've got plenty of stuff now that I can edit. And I want to keep this a lot about music and a lot about the band. And I don't want to get into editorial stuff too much because there's so much opinion on YouTube when it comes to channels, and there's all kinds of gear channels out there, and there's all kinds of lesson channels out there, and there's all that stuff. And so for me to do that, I feel it is not in the best interest of the people that watch my stuff. I mean, if you do want to see me do that stuff, I can. Let me know. I think in the past I've basically showed you all the gear I have, so I don't have any new gear or anything to really show you. Lesson videos, why would I do lessons? There's too many other people that are way more qualified to teach a lesson. But to watch us play and maybe show how people that have been playing together for a long time, long time, and you know, that's another thing. It doesn't always, just because you've been playing for a long time doesn't mean you always sound really, really good. You know, we're proof of that. There are plenty of other people out there playing that you know, sound way better. But we're just three people, a guitar, a bass, and drums, and we play what we can play. So if I could, you know, persuade you guys to come over to Patreon, even if it's for a month or whatever, just give it a try, and I'll start getting stuff up for you. But for right now, you know, my biggest audience is on YouTube, and if I'm putting the stuff on Patreon and not releasing it on YouTube, only a few people are going to see it. And I'm going to do that anyway for the people that are there. I've got to give them something for their effort. So, and I got to make it worth their while to stay there. You know, I can't just not post. So, I really, really love to see some people come over to me on Patreon. Leave me a message, whatever, say hello. I always respond to people over there. And I'll put more stuff there. Some people will do a thing where they put like their videos up on Patreon for a month and then they'll release it to YouTube. If I put something on Patreon, I'm never going to release it to YouTube. Not that exact video or that exact version. I'm just going to leave that there for Patreon. There's nothing wrong with doing it the other way. That works out real well for some people. I just don't have enough to do that. I'm you know, I don't have all that much stuff that I can do. All I can do is post the songs that we play, and I've been trying to come up with more and more tunes. So that's it. The link to it's down there. Thanks for watching the videos. Like I said, this next video that I'm going to put up, I think you'll recognize the song. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. And you'll see what I mean about these nonsense kind of words and why they're hard to memorize for me. Most songs, there's a story. There's a lyric line. And that's how you remember lyrics, is remembering the story. Remembering the sequence of events that happens. And I've got a video I'm going to put out of a Guess Who song, another Guess Who song called Glamour Boy. That I'm thinking, I'm never going to get these words right. And when I sat down and looked at it, I go, I already know them. I just got to get them in the right order. You know? And there's an order to it. It's 25,000, 37,000, 49,000. If you remember those three numbers, you've got the lyric for the song. So that's how it is. So you'll see this next video. That's what I mean. I'm going to put this video up and then put that video up of that unnamed song that's not Glamour Boy. Put it up a little bit later. Maybe in the morning. Maybe Sunday morning I'll do that. And don't forget to turn your clocks back at 2 a.m. You're going to lose an hour of sleep, so you might as well plan on spending Sunday in bed anyway and catch up on your sleep, because you're going to need it. Nobody needed another hour to 2020, but we're going to get it. And so there you have it. All right, folks. I hope you check it out. Thanks.